should go maybe buy some shots on the range, shouldn't I? If indeed I can. Is the range even open? It is.
You turn the knob and open the door, Detective.
Howdy, cowboy. Heard about it last night. Quite a gunfight.
Well, when someone shoots at me, I shoot back. That's how police work.
How are you, Bert?
Well, cowboy, I ain't complaining. Life's good.
Okay, let's hand over this form. I don't even see the form.
You fill the form out according to department specifications.
Well, that's the one that we need.
Filled out and ready to go, Bert.
Thank you, partner.
We need to pay for the ammunition because this is America.
Thank you, partner. Hey there.
You pick up the headgear.
How do we get to the range again? That way.
Officers, take your field positions, please. Officers, headgear on.
We just walk out to the range after we put our headgear on.
Officers, headgear on.
Getting points for that, so there is a purpose to come back here very clearly.
All firearms to low ready. Phase 1. Ready on the right, ready on the left. Attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for phase 2. Phase 2. Ready on the right, ready on the left. Attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for phase 3.
Yeah, it certainly looks like the thingamajig on the right is just a countdown timer.
Officers, reload.
You load your Beretta.
Phase 3. Ready on the right, ready on the left. Attention.
God, this interface is so awkward.
Gun to low ready. Prepare for phase 4.
Is it good or bad that I'm aiming for the throat?
Phase 4. Ready on the right, ready on the left. Attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for phase 5. Officers, reload.
You load your Beretta.
Phase 5. Ready on the right, ready on the left. Attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for phase 6.
Yeah, what is going on with the timer on the right-hand side there? Did I legitimately get 30 seconds? Because I just looked at the
Phase
target and
6.
opened fire. 28.1
Ready
seems
on the
way
right.
too much.
Ready on the left. Attention.
So yesterday I finished with 365 points.
Holster all firearms.
And I did slightly better this time. I'm getting better at killing targets.
That there was some shooting, cowboy.
Right, you can have your protection back.
Thank you, partner. Hey there, partner.
Okay, what next? Try Hickman's house. After that, though, I'd like to go to the morgue and see if the body's there and or maybe a personal effects envelope. Not that you know I could drop it off, because apparently that task hasn't been assigned to me.
Knocking seems less... It appears no one is home at this time.
Okay, that rules out this place. So if we can't get in here, that's at least 2 places that are ruled out.
Detective, you get no response.
If I can't go in there, can I just, like, throw a Molotov cocktail inside the window or something? Alright, let's try the morgue.
Entering the morgue.
Hi, Detective Carey. No time to say hello. Deputy Nobles is up to his elbows in an autopsy. He can't be interrupted right now. Really.
Interesting.
Detective Carey, Deputy Nobles is really busy. Honest.
I'd like to see Deputy Nobles. Is he available?
Detective Carey, Deputy Nobles is really busy. Honest.
I'd like to see
Detective Carey, Deputy Nobles...
I have a feeling she's actually telling the truth and, you know, not just trying to keep us at reception so we can chat to her. Is there anything I can do, though? I suppose I can bribe her?
That's not your badge.
I don't think we have anything useful that would help with the autopsy. Apart from that, perhaps.
Sherry, what do you make of this shoe?
Well, it's big and it's broken. Is that what you mean?
That's surprisingly factual. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any useful information here at this time. Maybe I just need to come back later after he's done the autopsy. So the morgue is out for now. The academy's done. Hickman's house is done. Let me take one quick look around here, but if there's nothing that I can do here,
This property is the victim...
then I'm going to need to head back to the Parker Center and scratch my head a bit.
The door is locked. Feels like a building should. The site of a most violent gunfight. The operation has been shut down. The site of a most violent gunfight.
You refer to that as an operation. Was this where the sting was being run, perhaps?
No more deliveries for this establishment. The site of a most violent gunfight. Feels like a building should. The door is locked. The door...
I'm surprised she didn't have more to say about, you know, there being a gunfight directly next door last night. And you know, the night before, there's a freaking murder in this area.
It's the lucky mini. The dumpster now sports a lock.
I guess she's right, though. It is bad for business.
Yep, they feel like buildings.
I'm shocked that there's nothing around here that we can grab.
Post-fire plant life attempt. The surface looks like cinder block.
There's nothing new there. We pulled out all 16 bullets. Alright, so let me head back to the Parker Center and see if I can figure anything else.
Who do you... You attack...
I'm shocked that I can't visit the jail.
Detective, you haven't solved the...
Maybe I can question the dude upstairs about the suspect or the lady that we arrested. I didn't really speak to him, did I?
You pressed the button. You select...
Getting out of this corridor is an ordeal.
Al appears immersed in his work. Better leave him be.
No, I got that last time I spoke to him. Alright, are you going to give me any more terrible comments about women if I show you this shoe?
Hal, I found this outside Yo Money's house in a flower bed, close to where Garcia's body was found. What do you make of it?
Hell, Junior, it's a lady's shoe. Been a while since you had a date?
No, Hal, what I mean is I found it outside Money's house after Garcia turned up dead. Do you think it could be connected?
Well, Junior, no telling how long the shoe was there before either you or Garcia showed up. Well, Junior, no telling how long the shoe was there before either you or Garcia showed up.
You just said
But
that.
by the looks of it, any gal large enough to fit that shoe would probably be large enough to lift a man. That thing's damn huge.
It's fortunate that you left that last part in there, because if you didn't... Fucking hell. Alright, I'm not actually sure what to do at this point. I can take another look at the computer here. Take another look at Walker's name and see if anything has been updated. Could I not put out like a warrant for this guy perhaps? No, nothing. This is out of order. 1992, 88, 88, 90, 91, 92, unless we're talking restraining orders first and then the arrests afterwards. Strauss? I looked that up earlier though, and we didn't get much. I'm trying to recall the gangs that I read yesterday, and honestly, I don't recall anything resembling the Irons for Justice. I mean, all of these groups are sort of pieces of shit, but there was nothing on that level from what I remember. So, what am I doing now?
You complete a report on Wendy James' arrest and attempted assault on an officer.
Alright, you just gave me a name there. Wendy James. Writing that down. Okay, there's only one person in California with the surname James. Good to know. James is known to be armed and dangerous, is a member of Irons for Justice, believed to be the daughter of Eric Strauss. Approach with caution. 30 years old. That's it. The daughter of Eric Strauss. Okay. Clearly this runs in the family.
Here you go, Hal.
Sure, Junior.
We get points for that, but I'm not certain we've made any progress.
You take a 3...
Can I fill in anything else here?
There is no need to duplicate work. Hal appears immersed in his work. Better leave him be.
Did I show him the Valium?
I found these at Hickman's, Hal. You think maybe he was abusing?
Don't ask me. How the hell should I know?
If you work with him, then you'd have an idea, I think.
Yes, come in. Harry, come back later.
What's your opinion on this shoe, sir?
You wearing ladies' shoes now, Carrie? You want me to make an appointment for you with a department counselor?
Hey, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I mean, at work, yeah, it's probably not appropriate, but what I do in my own time is none of your fucking business. Also, that's evidence, man.
You call the elevator.
Alright.
You select...
What about SID? Chester is down here. She won't judge us for showing her this shoe. Let's see what she has to say.
Hello, Detective. How can I help you?
What do you think of this shoe, Chester? I found it close to Garcia's dumping site in a flower bed at Yo Money's house.
I think I could use it as a water ski. Actually, I think that Money's a huge star and probably has lots of women. It probably belongs to one of them. You don't think it belongs to Garcia, do you?
Jesus, people.
Hello, Chester.
What is this game? I don't imagine any of this has changed, but let me just confirm.
What did you discover about the spent ammo I turned into property yesterday, Chester?
They match the slugs taken out of the Washington youth.
Yep,
They
the 3
don't match
bullets.
with Hickman's ballistics test on file.
Chester, are you running ballistics on Spiff's gun?
Yes, I am. It looks promising as it's a 9mm and it has a high-capacity magazine.
Oh, we can look up his name in the computer, can't we?
Chester, have you processed Garcia's body fluids?
They're in the process, Detective. We don't have any results back. Don't forget...
Let me do that right now.
Pressing the...
I don't have his name written down at all. Not even sure what his first name is, but if I look him up, there should be an arrest record from him from last night. Also, I really should look up Jones, shouldn't I? Alright, hate crimes. We're talking specifically hate crimes, though, so... Don't like my odds. Nothing for Jones. What about Spiff? Damn. I thought I was onto something there. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright. Back to the drawing board. The only other thing I can think that I've done is I've looked up Wendy James's information in the computer. So maybe, just maybe, there is a new map destination.
You call...
But if there isn't, I've got a horrible feeling I'm at another dead end.
You saw...
saw two over here and got very excited for a moment. Alright, so I think I'm stuck. What about the coroner? Have you finished your autopsy?
Entering.
No time. Deputy Nobles is up to his elbows in an autopsy. He can't be interrupted right now. Really.
Alright. Let me have a wander around, have a think, and I'll cut in whenever I find something interesting.
There is no... It's your...
Oh shit. Okay, I missed that earlier. What is that? No, we saw that one.
departmental follow...
That's the form, that's the notepad. What is this? From Lieutenant Block, subject, funeral of Robert Hickman. Time, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Shit, I hope I haven't missed that. All personnel encouraged to attend. Okay. Maybe we have a new destination. I completely missed that on my desk earlier.
Feels like you call the...
I imagine I haven't missed it because that was still there. We got points from picking it up, so... There should be a new destination on the map now.
You select...
I don't see another destination here. Where would the funeral be? That would explain why they're not home though, because they're attending the funeral.
Knocking...
Hello, John. Won't you come in? It's nice of you to stop by, John. I'm sorry you missed the funeral.
Shit.
Catherine, I wasn't informed about the time. I wanted to be there.
I understand, John. I know how busy you are. I heard about the shooting you were involved in. When I realized you weren't there today, at first, maybe you'd been hurt. Then the chief told me you were fine. I was worried.
Yeah, we're fine. We only got shot about 5 or 6 times.
Thanks for your concern, Catherine, but you don't need to worry about me. I should have called or...
Oh, no. I know how you guys work. It's your life. I understand. I was wondering how the investigation was going. Nobody would really tell me very much today. I guess they didn't want to upset me.
Oof at the line before the last. It's our lives. She knows.
Well, there's good news. Bob's name has been cleared of any wrongdoing or involvement with the Washington boy's death. Bob's gun was retrieved and ballistics testing cleared it as the murder weapon. However, new evidence suggests that Bob's death is unrelated to the alley incident. It appears we might have a cop killer on our hands.
Oh, John, that's horrible. Really horrible.
You're basing that just on the fact that Rene Garcia's body was found on the other side of Los Angeles.
Catherine, I know this is a rough time for you, but I need to ask you to think back to the night of the murder. Can you think of anything out of the ordinary happening that night? Any phone calls? Anything Bob might have said? Did he mention anyone, maybe a name you're unfamiliar with?
Bob and I had an argument. He went out, John. I don't know where he went or if he saw anyone. Thing is, he didn't take our car. I don't think anyone picked him up. I mean, we started arguing and the whole thing just blew up. He was gone before I really had a chance to understand what happened.
Can you tell me what you argued about?
We fought over his drinking. Everything was manageable until he started taking sedatives to calm down from work. The combination made him mean. He'd yell at Valerie and me for no reason. That's how he left when he went out that night. He'd been drinking and taking pills.
So him going out like that sounds like a spur-of-the-moment thing, not part of an operation that he was involved with. But then someone captured him, tortured him, and dumped him in an alley?
John, I sent Bob out there to be killed. It's all my fault.
No, it's not.
You're wrong, Catherine. It's not your fault. Someone took Bob's life, and I'm going to find that person.
That's the only person responsible for this.
John, I sent Bob out there to be killed. It's all...
You're wrong.
What do you think about this shoe?
Odd idea, Detective. Odd idea, Detective.
I won't disagree with that. I don't think we have anything else useful here. I do wonder if we could have attended the funeral.
John, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. I'm taking Valerie to my mother's. I think she and I could both use some rest. I'll call you when we get back.
Have a safe trip, Catherine.
Thank you, John. Thank you for coming by.
I'm here to tell you, the cops are dogging this investigation.
Believing that the discovery of murdered police rapper...
I'm skipping that and loading immediately. What the hell? Okay, that appears to be the end of day 2. I'm just clicking through all of that because there's one thing that I want to do before I go ahead and close out that conversation. I'll cut back in a moment.
John, I sent Bob out there.
You're wrong.
Okay. Before we go, can I make some notes?
Don't take any notes, Detective. Catherine might feel you're not here for her as a friend.
That's a no. Also, what is this?
The flag off of Bob's casket.
Oof. Can I have it?
This flag belongs to Catherine and Valerie. Leave it be, Carrie.
No. Alright. Against all the odds, without looking at the walkthrough, I've managed to get through day 2. Somehow. We're walking out here and then we're ending up at the shortstop, which is where Chester told us to go.
John, I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. I'm taking Valerie to my mother's. I think she and I could both use some rest.
And this is going to remove this
I'll call you
place
when we
as a
get back.
destination.
Have a safe trip, Catherine.
Which is good.
Thank you, John. Thank you for coming by.
Alright, not touching anything. Where are we going and what are we hearing?
I'm here to tell you, the cops are dogging this investigation.
Believing that the discovery of murdered police officer Rene Garcia earlier this week is a vicious plot manufactured to discredit him and his music, rapper Yo Money denies any relationship between the lyrics in his music and the increasing violence against the police. Officer Garcia's murder brings the toll to 2 Los Angeles police officers slain this week. Whether the LAPD is being targeted, or as Yo Money believes a group is out to discredit his music, one thing is clear. The Los Angeles police are not able to protect themselves from this rash of violence. My question is, if the LAPD can't protect themselves, how can they protect us? I'm Christy Bilden, reporting for KKAT.
Just give them more guns.
Ah, you bitch! What is she, though? Yeah, I got a safety right here.
Here's the cold one I promised you, John. Enjoy.
I'm not quite hearing the dialogue. But, again, language. Game, language. We're at the shortstop. Chester is there. Who are you?
Sam sure looks different in street clothes than he does in his greens.
The coroner. I suppose this is an appropriate place to discuss Rene Garcia's condition.
This man appears to be enjoying his daily paper. It looks like this guy takes the game of pool pretty seriously. Gary, he looks like the poster boy for Gold's Gym. Neil Schmall, the best bartender of them all. Sand Warrior, the best four-wheel adventure you can have indoors. Stroids, another fine adventure from the Sierra family of games.
Had to mention Sierra, didn't you?
Stroids, another fine adventure.
Stroids? Not quite hearing it. Alright, let's have a chat to Chester and Sam.
You look really nice tonight, Chester.
Are you saying that because I usually don't look nice, Carrie?
Woof. Great response.
Chester, what kind of name is that?
A last name, Carrie.
Do either of you realize that you both have gender-based last names, and that they're cross-gendered to your own sex? It's a rather pedestrian observation, I realize, but true.
Sam, sometimes it's so obvious you're Mensa.
No comments.
Chester, how come you became a cop?
Same reason as everyone else. My father was a cop. Rampart Division.
Chester, how come you became...
Same reason as...
Sam, how many autopsies do you think you've performed?
John, I have been in the autopsy business for over 13 years. There is no honest way I could tell you off the top of my head. Let's just say better than 5,000.
Over 5,000? Lieutenant?
The mayor has requested your presence at a city council meeting first thing tomorrow. I want you out of here tonight before you have too much to drink. I need you alert and articulate tomorrow. And you, Chester, what are you doing here consuming alcoholic beverages in your uniform? I should slap you with a 181 personnel infraction. I want both you and Carrie to pick yourselves up and go home. And remember, Carrie, tomorrow, City Hall, 9 a.m.
I guess it's time to pack it in, guys. See you later.
How did he know where we were? Wednesday, 9 a.m., City Hall, Los Angeles. We're meeting the mayor.
Carrie, another body was brought in this morning. Same M.O. This time it isn't an officer. It's a female. Current status, Jane Doe. Was found in Griffith Park. The mayor and the city council want to ask you a few questions. Get up there, and remember, do not divulge anything that could harm this case.
If they stand in front of me and refuse to let me leave, can I manhandle them? Alright, so... I'm finding it very hard to listen to what's going on because of the background music. This is one of the many arguments of using subtitles, I guess. We have a Jane Doe who may or may not be an officer, not entirely certain, in what sounded like Griffiths Park. We need to go upstairs, have a chat.
I see Detective Carey has been kind enough to attend this session. Detective Carey, please step up to the podium.
I can't even see the podium, dude.
Lieutenant.
Quit your stalling, Carrie. Get up there. The mayor and city council are waiting for you.
Detective Carey, I'm waiting. Please, step up to the podium.
You can answer this person's question later. The mayor is calling.
Detective Carey, please step forward.
Let me look around first.
Those windows must be 15 feet high. City Hall, City Council Chambers. City Hall, City Council, City Hall, City Hall, City Hall. It's your supervisor, Lieutenant Block. A civic-minded and concerned citizen of Los Angeles. A civic-minded and...
Okay, so they're not councillors or anything, it's just the general public.
City Hall, City Hall, City Hall, City Hall, City Hall. A concerned local business...
Detective Carey, please step up to the podium.
What's that about business?
A concerned local businessman. A concerned member of the local citizenry. A concerned Angelino. It's Christie's cameraman, Joel Miller. It's Christy Bilden, questionably culpable journalist.
I can't manhandle her a second time, can I?
Detective Carey, my constituents are frightened and want answers. What is the status of your investigation?
We can answer that.
Hey, Carey, If the cops can't protect themselves, how are they gonna protect me and my family?
Detective, we need protection. What are the police doing about that?
Detective Carey, I own a business, and I'm afraid to stay open at night now. Is the police department stepping up patrols?
Carrie, are my children safe? How do I know this murdering wacko isn't a cop?
What is it you're trying?
I'm trying to find the right person to click on to proceed. I feel that these aren't questions I really should be answering. I'm just the lead detective on this case. I'm not, I would say, I'm not American, so I don't know what the American equivalent of the commissioner position would be, but these feel like a question for that person, not a homicide detective. Just personal opinion. What am I doing here?
Detective Carey, Christie Building with KKAT. What can you tell us about the body found in Griffith Park this morning?
I know nothing yet.
From what we understand, the victim was not a police officer, which would indicate that this killer is not necessarily targeting one group. Your comments, please.
My comments? We don't know if it was the same person who killed them. I haven't even seen the body yet.
Mr. Mayor, I think this city is going to hell. As a business owner, I'm confronted with vandalism and theft every day. Now I have to worry about some crazy cop killer? I mean, what's this city coming to?
Detective Carey, 2 Los Angeles police officers have been killed in as many days. The citizens of this city are in fear over the threat to the police and how this is affecting their safety. Detective Carey, what are you doing to find this murderer? And are our citizens' fears justified?
You have an incredible voice, sir.
Mr. Mayor, the police department has always had to deal with the threat of violence. Tragically, someone has now moved from thought to deed. However, I do not believe that there is a threat against the city as a whole, or that a random selection process is occurring. It is my belief that the Los Angeles Police Department is living up to the oath to protect and to serve.
Boilerplate answer.
Joel's not asking you any questions. No reason for you to respond.
What? What the hell? Part of me thinks that's comical, part of me thinks that's just rubbish. Dennis Walker has mortally wounded you. The life and times of Detective John Carey has come to an end. He's really just sitting there, and we didn't recognize him? We did have a couple of seconds to react, so...
A concerned citizen. This civic-minded citizen is sitting here peacefully. Don't roust him.
Detective
Okay, so dude on the left is speaking. Let's see if we can address him.
Councilman De La Cruz, certain aspects of the investigation cannot be discussed publicly without jeopardizing the case. However, I can assure you that the investigation is making progress and that the department is providing 100% backup and support.
Hey, Carrie, if the cops can't protect themselves, how are they gonna protect me and my family?
Who's talking?
Detective, we need protection. What are the police doing about that?
The police are on patrol and are enforcing the law in a fair and impartial manner. It's our objective to keep the city free from crime and disorder while recognizing the constitutional rights of all people.
Detective Carey, I own a business, and I'm afraid to stay open at night now. Is the police department stepping up patrols?
I think this was the business owner.
Where the department can, they are adding patrols. However, due to budget constraints, the department has a limited number of officers, patrol vehicles, and working radios. We must depend on the cooperation of citizens like yourself to report suspicious behavior or activity.
Carrie, are my children safe? How do I know this murdering wacko isn't a cop?
There is no telling at this time who is doing the killing, but to blame the police for these murders is irrational and very premature.
Detective Carey, Christie Building with KKAT. What can you tell us about the body found in Griffith Park this morning? From what we understand, the victim was not a police officer, which would indicate that this killer is not necessarily targeting one group. Your comments, please.
I've only just learned about it. I know nothing.
Miss Bilden, I was briefed about the homicide just this morning as I entered this council meeting. I have not yet been able to confirm or refute its relationship to my current investigation.
Mr. Mayor, I think this city is going to hell. As a business owner, I'm confronted with vandalism and theft every day. Now I have to worry about some crazy cop killer? I mean, what's this city coming to?
The cosmopolitan nature of a city as large as Los Angeles is reflected in the diversity of its residents. Unfortunately, a large urban society such as Los Angeles, free from crime and disorder, remains an unachieved ideal.
Detective Carey. To Los Angeles. Detective Carey.
Alright, let me make a save. That last point, I could hear Daryl speaking to me again. Okay, we don't get a chance. Can I shoot you now? No. Fuck? Slow things down? I don't know if that'll help or not.
This civic-minded citizen is sitting here peacefully. Don't roust him.
Like hell he is. So what is he holding? An iron bar or something? Alright, I need to find a way of dealing with this guy very clearly.
Drop the stick! Put your hands behind your head!
A stick.
Turn around. Get down on your knees. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Alright. Not going to make this mistake again. Let's handcuff him immediately. He killed us with a stick.
What a morning I've had. First the mayor and the city council, and then Walker. Geez, the feds are talking to Walker right now. Apparently, he's a real special case.
Yeah, you should see what his apartment looks like. Ah, my god. That was, again, comical in the absolute worst possible way. Suppose I have to do some paperwork on that?
You complete report 3.14 documenting assault by Walker.
He killed us with a stick.
You'll need to
stand up for that. Let's sped the game up again.
Here you go, Hal.
Sure, Junior.
Can I go to Walker's place now and torch it? We know he's not home.
It's your...
Okay, we have no memos today. I checked.
Leave your... You take it.
May as well grab another form because I'm sure we'll need it very shortly.
There's nothing.
Alright, so we can ask him some questions today. Griffith Park discovery. The body. Jane Doe.
Hal, what have you heard about a body with a similar M.O. showing up at Griffith Park?
Hell, Junior, it looks like it belongs to us. I wasn't there, but that Nobles was. He knows all about it.
Okay, so maybe I can visit the coroner today.
What have you got in the way of updates, Hal?
You're damn lucky you got me as a partner, Junior. I got friends everywhere. I was the first one my buddies over at Hollenbeck called. Seems they got the patrol car, Garcia's patrol car. Seems the damn thing was found abandoned at Hollywood and Vine.
Abandoned patrol car. Second murder.
Hollywood and Vine? That wasn't Garcia's patrol area, was it?
Hell no it ain't, Junior. Seems our good son ain't so good. Either that or hell, Junior, he was good at something damn good.
English, please? It wasn't his patrol area, but he went out there because reasons? Maybe he was dirty, maybe someone stole the car and drove it there. We don't have any evidence for that though, so... Alright, we've got a few investigative points, I think. We can check out Hollywood and Vine. We can maybe check out the coroner. Maybe we'll get another location or two. Griffiths Park, perhaps.
You call the...
I don't think we need to speak to Chester or property at this point in time. Actually, let's go down and speak to Chester because we might have some answers from yesterday. About Garcia's death.
Hello, Carrie. That was some encounter with your lieutenant last night. I almost received a 181. I'll never do that again.
Yep, change out of your uniform before drinking.
Lieutenant Block is a by-the-book man, Chester. I respect him for it.
Yeah, just don't ask him his opinion on women's shoes. Okay, so... yeah, here we go. Let's go through them all one by one.
Chester, what do you know about the body picked up at Griffith Park?
I haven't seen anything yet, Carrie. I wasn't called on the scene. Apparently the park police didn't know what they had until they reached the morgue. Sam knew right away.
Coroner.
What do you have on Garcia, Chester? Anything new?
The ash compound is the same found on Hickman, and the ash matches the tobacco found on Garcia and the cigarette picked up in the alley. As for fibers found on Garcia's restraint points, they're nylon-based. The red fibers, consistent with the red fibers found on the other victims and confirmed upholstery fibers. They're made in a certain configuration to withstand wear.
You said victims in the plural, so I assume we're referring to the Griffiths Park victim, even though we know nothing about them yet, and Bob Hickman. Same killer.
Chester, what's come back on the body fluids for both Hickman and Garcia? Do we know what we're dealing with?
Unfortunately not, Carrie. There are only so many tests for known poisons. Whatever substance is ripping their guts open, we don't have a test for.
Garcia's patrol car, what was found? Anything conclusive?
The only prints that were found belonged to Garcia. There was, however, a smudge on the steering wheel. We're running tests.
And that's so important, it has its own separate category.
What's this smudge, Chester?
It's grease. From my personal experience, the texture, the color, and the smell indicates it's lipstick.
What do you know about lipstick, Chester?
Oh.
In case you haven't noticed, Carrie, I'm a woman. I know about all sorts of things.
You can't say that, John. Jesus. So immediate thought is that lipstick is going to match what's on the cigarette, surely. You want to take another look at this shoe, perhaps?
What do you think of this shoe, Chester? I found it close to Garcia's dumping site in a flower bed at Yo Money's house.
I think I could use it as a water ski.
No.
See you later,
Alright.
Pressing the...
They've made some progress on the lipstick at least. But it sounds like we now need to visit the coroner and check if any other new destinations have opened up.
You select...
Before I leave, let me just make sure I can't go in the jail to have a chat to our other jailbird. He walks so slowly across here.
Detective, you haven't solved the case yet.
No, but I've arrested 2 people who tried to kill me. Alright, Hickman's place is still here. We've got Hollywood and Vine, which is where Garcia's car was found. We have the Shortstop Bar, which is where we were last night. And we've got the impound loss. Okay. Game's starting to open up a bit. Let's start by going to the morgue.
Entering the morgue.
We don't have time for pleasantries today.
No time. Deputy Nobles is up to his elbows in an autopsy.
Oh, come
He can't
on.
be interrupted right now. Really.
Everyone is saying speak to the coroner, but we can't speak to the coroner.
Detective Carey, Deputy Nobles is really busy. Honest.
Shit, okay. Let's go to Hollywood and Vine then. Is the car still here?
Mm-hmm. Hey, handsome. Looking for a girl? Or a boy? Oh!
And fuck this game, honestly. Hollywood and Vine.
Looks like another character attracted to this part of town. It's the Biddy Kitty Club, sure to provide a roaring good time. The Biddy Kitty sign, a beacon to lonely hearts all around the city. It's the front door to the Biddy Kitty Club.
Okay, if it was for lonely hearts, is this why Rene Garcia came here?
Woo! Am I being arrested? Gonna throw me in a cell with a big old burly guy, huh? Ooh, darling, start the party.
I'm Detective Carey, LAPD. I'm looking to ask some questions about what's been going on in this neighborhood.
Oh, darling, ask away. I just love to gossip.
Go back to listen to more of this. This is completely unnecessary. It's stereotypical, it's borderline homophobic, it's fucked. Oh my god. Alright, let's ask him some questions.
Did you know Officer Garcia? Was he a frequent visitor to this neighborhood?
Never heard of him, darling, till he showed up dead. Now the whole place is crawling with all sorts of people talking about him. Ew. Well, if you ask me, I would ask the girls at the kitty. I mean, they know everybody who's anybody.
Talk to the girls next door. Got it.
Did you see an abandoned patrol car in the neighborhood? Do you know anything about it?
Well, darling, I missed it, but it was all the talk. People were saying that the cop who the car belonged to went for a dip at the kitty and fell right in, if you know what I mean. Then there was all this talk about this cop, that he had some steady girl. I don't know about that, darling. I mean, lots of the girls at the kitty have boyfriends. But people said they saw this fabulous woman driving the patrol car. Oh, can you believe it? I mean, all made up. Can you stand it? Hair all stacked up, dressed to the teeth. You know, a real glamour queen, if you know what I mean. Well, all this was supposed to have happened after the cop's poor little bare ass showed up dead on Your Money's lawn. Well, that's the talk, darling. You got it. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Given the smudge on the steering wheel, I can absolutely believe that.
What can you tell me about this supposed girlfriend seen driving Garcia's patrol car?
Well, just that she was supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I didn't see her, but I heard she was one big, beautiful, honkin' woman. I mean, it's not really my thing, but by now, the size of her breasts have probably become legendary.
You've referred to having heard this information, that you didn't actually see any of this. Whom have you heard this from? Can you give me a name or two?
Oh, honey, it's all over the streets, that's all. I mean, talk to anybody you see. They'll all tell you they heard it too. I mean, darling, I don't know any names, just people. You know, people don't tell you their names. They like confidentiality. Wouldn't you?
Have you seen any unusual activity in the neighborhood?
Oh, darling, come on. This is Hollywood and Vine. Get alive. There's always something strange going on down here.
Can I make notes on that?
Detective, this man has not provided you with any solid information.
True, it's just hearsay.
It's the front door to Raging Records. Go on in.
Anything to get away from this music. Much better.
This store has a wide selection of music. The Miss Allens, Morphine, Miles Davis, Blind Melon, Judy Garland, Primal Screen, and Bobby Short. Just a plethora of music.
Am I going to get DMCA'd?
This store has a wide... It's abstract art for home and office. This store is the window is protected from vandals with an expanding iron gate. Raging Records appears to be a well-stocked record and CD store. He looks like Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep, definitely going to get DMCA'd.
How's it going, dude? You look like a cop, dude. You look like a cop, dude.
Yeah, we definitely need better clothing, don't we?
Hello, I'm Detective Carey, LAPD. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
Sure, what's up, dude?
An LAPD patrol car was abandoned in this neighborhood the other day. Did you see it or hear anything about it?
I didn't see it. Heard about it, though. Heard the cop was found whacked, that his girlfriend did it. Now that's a bitch.
Game, please.
The officer killed was a man named Rene Garcia. Does that name sound familiar to you? Maybe you remember seeing a uniformed officer in here buying music? Or maybe you remember seeing him next door, watching a show, fraternizing with the girls?
Doesn't sound familiar, dude.
That response was very short, so that makes me think he's hiding something.
The officer killed was a man named Rene Garcia. Does that name sound familiar to you? Or maybe you remember...
Doesn't sound...
Rolling Stone or perhaps Spin magazine. Modern abstract art. This place is decorated in modern merchandise. Low-tech cash register.
They're all describing her as a large woman, so I imagine this is her shoe.
What do you make of this?
If you found it around here, it probably belongs next door. They got some pretty good-sized gals.
Alright. We'll leave you be. And head next door.
The place must not be open yet. The door's locked.
Damn it.
Oh, darling, I just love it. Is it yours? Oh, I just love to see what you have to go with it. Maybe, you know, something with a few sequins, a few feathers for those happy moments,
Why you immediately gotta go there, dude? Alright, I don't think we're getting anything else out of this area at this time, so... Let me head outside and head to the impound lot.